In this last video of the lesson, Financial Planning, we will take a look at various types of financial planning exercises that an individual may need to do. Here we will cover the following topics. The various financial advisory services that may be provided to an individual are cash planning, investment planning, insurance planning, retirement planning, estate planning, and tax planning. We will learn about each of these services in detail as we move forward. Managing cash flow has two purposes. Firstly, one needs to manage income and expenditures flow to meet unanticipated or emergency needs. Secondly, one needs to systematically create and maintain a surplus of cash for capital investment. The first step here is to prepare a budget and perform an analysis of current income and expenditure flows. For this, individuals must prepare a set of reasonable goals and objectives for the future. This would help to determine whether current spending patterns would get them there or not. The next step is to analyze the expenses and income flows over the last 6 months to see what regular and lump sum costs have been incurred. Try to reduce variable expenses as you may not have control on fixed expenses. The third and final step is to predict future monthly income and expenses over the whole year. On the basis of analysis of past and anticipation for the future, one can design a plan for managing these cash flows. Investment planning is the process of determining the most suitable investment and asset allocation strategies based on an individual's risk-taking appetite, financial goals, and the time horizon to meet those goals. Let us first define certain investment parameters. These include risk tolerance, which is a measure of how much risk someone is willing to take in purchasing an investment. Time horizon, which is the amount of time available to attain a financial objective. The longer the time horizon, the less concern is there about short-term liability. Liquidity, which is the ability to convert investment into cash without loss of value. Marketability, which is the ease with which an asset can be bought or sold. Diversification, which is the extent to which one seeks to diversify or spread the investments to reduce the risks. And tax considerations. Many investments confer certain income tax benefits, and one may like to consider the post-tax returns of various investments. The next step is selection of appropriate investment vehicles based on the above parameters. The actual selection would depend on the individual's expectations about return and risk. There are a variety of products that may be considered for the purpose of investments. These include fixed deposits of banks or corporates, small saving schemes of post office, public issues of shares, debentures or other securities, mutual funds, and unit-linked policies that are issued by life insurance companies, etc. There are certain risks to which individuals are exposed that can keep them from attaining their personal financial goals. Insurance planning involves constructing a plan of action to provide adequate insurance against such risks. The task here is to estimate how much insurance is needed and determining what type of policy is best suited. Life insurance may be decided by estimating the income and expense requirements of the dependents in the event of premature death of the breadwinner. Health insurance requirements may be assessed in terms of the hospitalization expenses that are likely to be incurred in any family medical emergency. Finally, insurance of one's assets may be considered in terms of the type and quantum of cover required to protect one's home, vehicle, or factory, etc., from the risk of loss. It is the process of determining the amount of money that an individual needs to meet his needs post-retirement and deciding on various retirement options for meeting these needs. Retirement planning involves 3 phases. Accumulation, which is done through various kinds of strategies to set aside money for investment with this purpose. Conservation, which refers to the efforts made to ensure that one's investments are put to hard work and that the principal gets maximized during the individual's working years. And distribution, which refers to the optimal method of converting principal into withdrawals payments for meeting one's income needs after retirement. Estate planning is a plan for the devolution and transfer of one's estate after one's demise. It involves processes like nomination and preparation of will. It is done to ensure that one's property and assets are smoothly distributed according to one's wishes after death. Tax planning is done to determine how to gain maximum tax benefit from existing tax laws. We can increase our income and saving through repositioning of investment, which otherwise would have gone to tax authorities. Here is a quick look at the topics covered in this chapter. Thank you.